Hello, welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranj, and if you're new to this show, I do sports handicapping. Usually what I do is compare other handicappers' picks, but there's not that many for Belarus, Vysshaya Liga, not many handicappers, and same with Korean K-League. So those picks, I do the research and make the picks myself, and I present them to you. Boy, but anyway, I have this episode I'm gonna be giving you the picks for the Vysshaya Liga round 19 matches for Sunday, July 26th. I just got done watching today's last match today, Dynamo Minsk versus Gordea. Man, there's a hater on there. I'm not even gonna give him props on his name, but in the chat room there was this dude trying to bash me, but joke's on him because bam, perfect day in Belarus. My parlay paid out every single game I watched, and I won. Let's see, 9:30 in the morning we had ILOC. I picked them to beat Dynamo Brest, and they did, 2-0. Then at 11:30 we had Belshina versus Niemen Grodno. And you know, Niemen's my team. I had Niemen. I took money line, and they won 0-1. And then finally, I just watched it. Dynamo Minsk versus Gordea. I had Gordea plus a goal and a half. They lost, but they lost 1-0, making my bet valid because of that plus goal and a half. I said that was a lock. I was saying it the whole thing, and the dude, I'm not going to say his name, I'm not going to give him those props. He can suck it. He was like, oh, your picks are crap, and talking all this crap, and, you know, I just paid him no mind. That's what I think of him. Dust it. But anyway, man, I'm so happy. Perfect. 3-0. No red on that sheet. All green. All green, baby. All green. I didn't get all the over and unders, but so what? That's how you do it. Okay, enough gloating and bragging. I'm psyched. I'm happy. I think it's a good segue into this show, and it's a good measure on how I'm going to do for UFC Fight Night 174 that's happening tonight. That's why I'm doing this show kind of early. Well, I need to. It's either now or after the fights, which I try that and it goes horribly wrong. My brain is tired by then. So let's get into these matches for tomorrow. 9 o'clock, the first match tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern time. We have Energetik-BGU. That's the Belarus University. They're number 4 on the table, and they have a record of 9 wins, 2 draws, 7 losses. They're the at-home underdog now that Yakshiboyev went to Shaktor. They are a totally different team. Ooh, what happened? You all right, buddy? The last 5 matches, they are 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. You can get them on the pick'em for still a plus number at plus 105. They are taking on Torpedo-Zhodino. BATE is the machine shop in the city of Zhodino that sponsors the team. Okay, Torpedo comes in on the table number 7. They have a record of 7 wins, 6 draws, and 5 losses on the season. They're the plus money favorite at plus 135. The draw is set at plus 220. And I don't know why I didn't write down the over-unders, but I haven't printed out, so quick fix on that. Over-under set at 2.5, and we got the over. If you want to pick the over, we're at minus 125. If you want to pick the under, it's at minus 105. See, quick fix. Okay, so I'm I'm still happy. I'm still, whew, I'm glowing. The vortex is spinning the right way, baby. Good start to the day, or good day. And baseball, I've been killing it too. I don't know. It's like fourth inning on the Cubs game, but I did some baseball parlays. I don't do baseball in my videos. I told you, it's too hard going over the ERAs and the batting averages and the bullpen and all that stuff. So I don't even bother with it. But I'm doing well in baseball picks today too. I just thought I'd throw that in there. So, okay. The last match for Energetik was a loss. And I picked, it was at FC Minsk. I picked Minsk to beat them too because, like I said, since they lost Yakshiboyev, they're not the same team, Torpedo's last match was a draw. I had them last week. I had Torpedo plus a half, so I came out on top with that one. I've been doing very well with Belarus soccer, more so than K-League. I mean, yeah, K-League, I'm still plus money. I'm still ahead, but Belarus, I mean, Vysshaya Liga, I love the Vysshaya Liga. I've been killing it. It's always green sheet after green sheet. That means whenever I win, I circle everything green. Whenever I lose, I circle it, I cross it out with a big red X. Red means stop, green means go, you get it? Anyways, the Vysshaya League, I have a green sheet in them all. Okay, head to head, let's see, we got, all right, back in June 28th, they of 19, not of 20, they had a 3-3 draw. Then Energetik won in November 10th of 19. They won 2-1. And the most recent match between these two was April 11th, in which Torpedo won 2-0. So there you have the last head-to-head matches between these teams. It's set at, the total set at 2.5. We have a over, barely over, under, way over. But, that was, I guess still counting. So we got 4 unders, 1 over. I think I'm going to be leaning toward keeping the score prediction under 2.5. Okay? So, the players to look for, now that Yakshiboyev's jumped ship, the next player in line on the team with leading scores, his name is, he's been on the board too, Dusan Bakic. Bakic has 3 goals on the season. He's number 17. His market value is 165,000. And like I said in the past, if their name comes on this board, they're worthy of a player prop bet for anytime goals. Torpedo, Gabriel Ramos is their man. Gabriel Ramos has 6 goals. He is number 8. And he gets paid $550K. Well, that's his market value. AK, also known as how much they pay him. His value is his pay. So there's that info. Now my pick, I'm riding the Torpedo. I'm going with the Torpedo on this because, like I said, Energetik, since they lost Yakshiboyev, they've not been the same team. So I'm going to take Torpedo. I'm not even going to take them on the PK. I'm confident that they're going to win. I'm taking them on the money line. And the score, let's see. I'm going to say the score is going to be 0-2. 0-2 in favor of Torpedo. It's going to stay under the 2.5. All right? Moving on, at 11 o'clock, we've got number 1 on the table, BATE, Borisov, Automotive, and Tractor Electronics. That's what BATE means if you didn't know. Now you know. BATE Borisov, number one on the table, have a record of 10 wins, 4 draws, and only 4 losses. They are the heavy favorite at minus 325. They're taking on the FC Minsk team, number 14 on the table. I know they're out of 16 teams, they're ranked number 14. I know, but anyway, they have a record of 5 wins, 3 losses, and 3 draws and 8 losses. That's why they're the heavy underdog at plus 750. Now, if you think BATE is good enough to beat them by a goal and a half, the minus 1.5 there, that their minus 325 money line drops to an even number at plus 100, and that's covering a goal and a half. On the flip side, Minsk, if you want to buy them a goal and a half, it'll drop from a plus 750 to a minus 130. Now, this is the play I did today with Gordea against Dynamo. Was it Minsk or Brest? Dynamo Minsk, yeah. And it panned out because even Gordea lost by 1. I still won the bet and the parlay because I had that extra half goal. So plus 1.5 goal is a big deal. Okay, so FC Minsk, if you want to buy 1.5, it's going to drop from 750 to a minus 130. Paying a little bit of juice, but we'll see what happens. Okay, this is a tough game because the lines are so skewed. With them, I'll never pay an individual bet at minus 325. Okay. That being said, let's take a look at their BATE's last match was a win. It was at Rubrest. According to the chat room, Rubrest has the best cheerleaders. I will say that. And 0-3 was they beat Rubrest 0-3. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the chat. Man, that kid, whoever he is, I refuse to say his name, but if you were in the chat, you know who he is. Shout outs to John my subscriber, John, I'm sorry, Cardenas, I think it is, and my new subscriber, Rob Margo. I appreciate you jumping in when that guy was trying to trash talk me, telling me I only got 12 subscribers, my channel's crap, he'd never subscribe and all this, and I was like, then you subscribed, and I said, thanks for subscribing, Rob Margo. Is that your name? Rob Margo? Yeah, I think so. And then he was like, who are you talking to now, Capper? There's no Rob Margo in here. And I responded, just because they're not in the chat doesn't mean they're in here. And then you backed me up by saying, hey, Capper, something. You backed me up and said, no problem, I enjoy your channel and all that. So, I had to give you a shout out, brother. Thank you, Rob Margo, for jumping in for me there. And Luke Belgium, if you're watching, go ahead and subscribe. I do have a channel. I just didn't, after the dude, you guys know who he was. After he upset me, I had to walk away, and this is when I started doing this. I kept the game on, of course, because I was watching intently, but I pretty much phased the chat out right up until 90 minutes and 2, 90 plus the 2. Then by then I knew Gordea was going to hold on to that. They were losing 0-1, but I knew they weren't going to let up another goal, so I knew my victory was. That's when I jumped back on, like, yo, bro, now what? Now what do you got to say about your Dynamo Minsk and my picks being wrong, even though I aced the day? Whew. Yes. It's like, what's the word exonerated? Or is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know, but I feel great because that dude can eat his words. And yes, he did get me upset. Even, I know that's his intentions, and kudos to you because it works. But anyway, I didn't let it show on the chat, thankfully. Whew. FC Minsk's last match was a win versus Energetik-BGU. And I called that game because that's the one I was like, you know, without Yakshiboyev, they're kind of garbage. They're gonna slide downward. They're gonna drop from number 4. They're gonna keep going. They're gonna. I feel bad for Energetik-BGU. I used to be a supporter. I have a futures bet on them. Then they went and got rid of their best player. Their best 2 players. They got rid of, what's the other guy? Tway? They got rid of him too. Or not got rid of, but you know what I mean? They're not on the team anymore. How could they let their top talent, the best thing for their team, go? It still irks me. Salty on now I'm salty with Energetik. But anyway, FC Minsk beat them 2-1 in their last game. Head to head, BATE. BATE's pretty much had their number, but not always. Let's see. We got April 26th of 19. BATE beat them 1-0. Okay. Then September 1st, though, FC Minsk had it of 19. FC Minsk beat them 3-2. The most recent game, though, April 12th of this past year, BATE blanked them 0-3. And you know, FC Minsk went through a little bit of the coronavirus. It happens. They were the first team to do it. I think only FC Minsk and Dynamo Brest are the only 2 teams that got like hit with the coronavirus that had to take time off for it. So anyway, head-to-head scores and display and most recent game scores. Let's see. The total set at 2.5. We have a over, well over, and only 1 under. That means I'm going to be leaning my score to the over. You see what I do here? You see how I decide? And you know what? It's been, for the most, it doesn't always pan out, work out. It's nothing's sure in gambling, but for the most part, this method, I mean, it's pretty good. It's decent, you know. It does not, nothing's guaranteed in gambling, but doing this displayed scored method, like, there's five games displayed. How many are over? How many unders? 4 of them over, 1 under. So this is probably going to go over. Okay. The players to look for. We have 2 on BATE. We have, of course, Pavel Nikajchik. Pavel Nikajchik has 8 scores on the season. He's number 33. And his market value is 715,000. Also, we have Stanislav Drahun, one of my favorite players in the entire league. He's been on this board ever since day one, ever since my first Vysshaya League video. He's been up here. 5 scores on the season, number 8, and 880K is his market value or his salary. Okay, for FC Minsk, their best player was Kavashchinsky, but he just went to Dynamo Minsk, and he scored today. He did score. He was the one that scored against Gordea in the 130 game. But now FC Minsk is without him. They dropped their best player too. All for money, right? And like they didn't need them. They're 14 on the table. 14 out of 16 teams. Ugh. But he's gone. So their next player in line, Roman Grabovsky. Yeah, Grabovsky. He's been on the board before. Grabovsky has 3 scores on the season. He is number 11, and his market value is $330,000. Okay, he may be worthy of a player prop bet if you're a fan of FC Minsk. Okay, yeah, there you have that info. Now this game, even though I really want FC Minsk to win, they're not gonna. No way. But I can't take that minus 325. So what I'm gonna do, I know on was it 5 dimes you can scroll through and pick. I could probably pick it to do just one over, and it'll still probably, I don't know if it's gonna be an even number then. At -1.5, it was at +100. So I think it'll at -1, it'll still be a minus number. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's probably going to be like a minus 120. I'll pay that to cover one goal, not 1.5 though. Okay, one goal, because I refuse to pay the -325. I will take the -325 in a parlay bet. When I parlay all 3 of these games, I'll do the -325 to win. But individual bet, I'm gonna do a minus to cover BATE to cover one goal. Okay, put my name here. And I think the final score, FC Minsk, sorry, they're not gonna score. And BATE will score 3. There you have it. It goes over 3-0. Moving on. Okay, finally, last game of the weekend for match day 19. We've got the powerhouse, the Yankees of the Belarus League, the big money team, Shaktor Oligorsk. Soligorsk is number 2 in the league, right behind BATE. But look at these numbers. Ugh. And you'll see why too, because their talent, their power still blows me away. So unfair. It's ridiculous. I'm so glad that they didn't beat Torpedo, or last week was it Torpedo? So glad that didn't happen. And I had Torpedo +0.5. Was it Torpedo? Oh, it was Neiman Grodno. That's what it was. Torpedo tied somebody else, right? They had a draw against Dynamo Minsk. Yeah, those last Sunday was 2 clean sheet draws, and I had last Sunday had all underdogs, +0.5 a goal, and I had this FC Minsk. They beat Energetik. That was not +0.5 a goal. I think that was just straight up money. I don't know, whatever. I full green sheet last Sunday too. I'm on a roll. Not really, because yesterday, Friday, I didn't do so hot. What did I do? I spoke about it in this morning's show. Man, I've been grinding. I've been doing a lot of these videos for y'all. And I've been doing K-League and Belarus. Sometimes it gets mumbled up in my brain. I get a little confused, but it'll work out in the end. Always does, right? Okay, Shaktor Oligorsk has a record of 9 wins, 7 draws, and only 2 losses. They are the super big heavy favorite at -950. You know what that means? -950 means you would have to put up, I'm not even gonna say hundreds, so we'll drop it down to the decimals. We'll drop it down to decimal. You'd have to put up $95 to win 10. Why would anyone ever do that? If you're like a high roller and that's too chalky. That is too chalky. But we'll see what happens. Okay, Shaktor favorite at -950. The last 5, they are undefeated in their last 5. They are 2 wins, 3 draws, no losses. Now here's the ticker. You can, if you think Shaktor can cover 2.5 goals over Smolevichi, then it drops to a sensible -130. But that's 3 goals. But that's 3 goals they have to be beating Smolevichi for. Smolevichi. You know what I'm saying? Smolevichi, they're other end of the table. It's number 2 against number 15. There's only 16 teams. Vysshaya is still number 16. But Smolevichi, number 15 on the table, have a record of 3 wins, 5 draws, and 9 losses. 9 losses. I'll say that again. That's why they're plus 1,400. That means if you put a $10 bet on Smolevichi, you're gonna win 140 if they win. That's what I call a good payout. But it's not gonna happen. I'll just tell you that right now. If it happens, hey, feel free. I don't necessarily follow my picks. I'm just telling you what I pick. I'm showing you the information. You can make your own determination. Like John Sardanos. Am I getting your name right? I gotta be better with that. I gotta be better with my subscribers' names because I appreciate every single one of you, even the haters. As long as it helps my algorithm, I appreciate you too. Okay. Anyway, Smolevichi, their last 5, they are 2 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. You can buy 2.5 goals, and it'll be even number. It'll still be plus 100, meaning you bet $10, you win $10. So the draw is at plus 750, meaning you bet $10, you win 75. Okay, I'm dropping this in the easiest layman's term as I can. Okay, the over is even number. You bet 10, you win 10. The under, you bet 13, you win 10. Minus 130. You see how that works now for some of those people? Like, I had a couple friends, and well, they happen to be female, but in my Facebook message, and because I have a Facebook page too for capper comparison picks, where I post all these and I boost the post sometimes, and so I'm trying to get some more subscribers, so I'm trying to commercialize a little bit, market my brand, capper comparison picks. So I am kind of not really, but on the back burner, I'm trying to make a logo, maybe some T-shirts from Teespring, do some of that print on demand. I don't know, whatever. But anyway, get back to this. Sorry to ramble off. Yeah, totals at 3.5 though, not the usual 2.5. 3.5, 4 is the total. So that's why the over, if you get over 3.5 combined, then it'll pay out 10 to, even. Whatever you bet, you'll get that back. The under is at minus 130, under 3.5, okay? So the last game for Shaktor was that draw at Niemen Grodno. Niemen Grodno is a clean sheet. I had them plus 1 or plus a half. That's what I won. Smolevichi, they took a loss at Vitebsk. That was a given, I think. I'm not sure if I won that game or not. It went 1-0. I can't remember who I took. That must have been on Saturday, because last Saturday, I know I didn't get to bet all. I definitely didn't make a video, and I didn't get to gamble it either. Okay, head to head, let's see. Okay, Shaktor won back in November of 2018. They won 0-2. And then again in June 26th of 19, that was last year, 0-2. And most recently in April 12th, there was a clean sheet draw. The draw here, plus 750. Like I said, you bet 10, you win 75. Okay? So, we have that 3.5. Let's take a look. Under. Everything's saying under. So, hi baby. So my bet, this is gonna be a big deal here. My bet is under, okay? My bet is gonna be under. So you'll see what I do here after I discuss the players. Of course, Shaktor, this is why they're so favored. I'm going to mention they have 3 people on the top 15 goal scorers, and they have the number 1, Yasser Yakshiboyev. Yakshiboyev. He's got 10, right? Yeah, 10 scores on the season. He's number 22. How much does he make? $660K. Okay, and like I said, he's sole possession of first place in the league in scores. Who else do they got on their team? Yakshiboyev sits the bench. Yeah, because he's new to the team. And he sits the bench behind Lisakovic. Was it Vladimir or Vitaly? I think Vitaly Lisakovic. Lisakovic is sole possession of second place in the league scores with 9. He is number 88. And his market value is $880K. Now, in the chat, there are so many Yakshiboyev fans that don't know what they're talking about, because they're like, "Oh, Yasser is the best. Yasser is no," and he is the best. But I was like, you realize he doesn't even start. He's sitting bench. He's behind Lisakovic. They're like, no, he's not. No, well, I don't know. Go look at the last game. Go look at the lineup. Go look at when he came in. He came in at 44 minutes, or I'm sorry, 47. He didn't even play the first half. He came in at like 47 minutes or something like that, I think, for Lisakovic. So, yeah, he might be the best, but I don't know why he's riding the bench, riding wood, Finally, we have, I think his first name is Dmitry Podstrelov. He's been on the board before. Podstrelov. He's got 6 goals on the season. He's number 19. Number 19. And 440K.
Daddy, do you know my snail's name?
What's your snail's name?
Bella.
Bella the snail. Nora found a snail today, and she's made it her pet. She's got a little outdoor terrarium. She put some Herkimer diamond crystals in there because the snail likes shiny things.
Well, I don't know if she likes shiny things. I just put shiny things in there.
Most people like shiny things and snails. Did you put something for it to eat? Little clovers or something?
I put grass in there, but I forgot to put leaves in there.
It's all right. There's probably enough grass. Whatever. They don't eat much. It's just a little snail.
Her name's Daisy.
I thought you said her name was Belle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Quick to change that.
Bella.
Bella. Okay. Smolevichi. Their best player, Evgeny Barsakov, he left. He went to Slavia Mozir. So they're next in line. This guy, never been on the board before. His name is Alexander Zigero. Oh man, this is a mouthful. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Zigero, okay? D-Z-H-I-G-E-R-O. Zhigaro. Alexander Zhigaro. I don't know. Alexander Zhigaro, he's got 3 scores on the season. He's like their only weapon left now that Barsakov left. It's number 49 and 165K. What I noticed, Smolevichi, the highest paid player on their team is at $225,000, and he's like a center midfielder, and he's not even I don't think he has a score. He's maybe scored one. I know he wasn't in the top. Wasn't on this. This guy was on page 3, I think. Of the, like I said, there's 15 on page 1, top 15. Then there's 30. So this guy's probably ranked like around 40. And there's nobody else on Smolevichi. But then I looked at the market transfer, and I was like, wonder how much, because I wanted to see how much he get paid. Okay, he gets 165. And I was like, man, he's looked at the whole team. There's only, the highest paid player is only one of them, over 200,000. One guy making 225. Everybody else is less than that. Shaktor, look at these numbers: 660, 880, 440. Man, it's like it's what's the David and Goliath? It's just no wonder plus 1400 minus 950. No wonder. So it seems a little unfair, doesn't it? Anyway, what I'm gonna do is see, I took the under, because you notice these last matches, all of them went under 3.5. So I told you it's gonna stay under, and then Smolevichi is getting plus 2.5, and still an even number at plus 100. So that's my bet. I'm taking Smolevichi plus 2.5. Okay, 2.5. Come on, Alexander Zhigaro. I mean, really. So I'm gonna write my name here proudly for Vysshaya. Come on, Vishy. Come on, Vishy. And score's gonna be under, so I'm gonna say it's gonna be 2 2-1 in favor of Shaktor, but with plus 2.5 goals, I'm still in the good. Okay, you understand that? So let's recap. Time check. We've got, here she comes. Time check. We've got Torpedo-Zhodino beating Energetik-BGU by a score of 0-2. And then that's at 9 o'clock? And then at 11 o'clock, I'll be on chat for, I think, all these. I should be. I don't see. Maybe I don't know. I might have something to do, but I'll most likely be on chat. Get out of those cookies. We're gonna have dinner in a little while. And then I've got BATE Borisov, of course, covering 1 goal, just 1, over FC Minsk. That I'm not sure, but I'm sure it's going to be a minus number, something like that. I'm willing to, I'll bet you on the bet. I'm just kidding. I got them winning 3-0. So you could take it at minus 1.5. I just don't feel that comfortable with it. So that's why I'm going to do just minus 1. And finally, I'm taking Smolevichi plus 2.5. The final score of that is going to be Shaktor's going to come out on top 2-1. But during the chat, you'll see the hater too. He's always there. But oh man, he's putting a knot right in my gut thinking about it. I'm just kidding. I don't really care. Screw him. I got Smolevichi losing 2-1, but staying within the spread and staying under 3.5. There's my reasoning. So there you have it. Gather your info, place the bets, and cash the tickets. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that, because I make these videos every day. Except